exciting footage.
Larry on.
Why? These are the facts as we know them. There is an epidemic of mass murder being committed by a virtual army of unidentified assassins.
We are back with Pod Vomit. This is Pod Vomit number 3. Down in the underground bunkers of Fenario Productions, the Apocalyptic 2012 studios. As always, joining me is Justin. Hello, Justin.
Well, hello there, Nickel.
And Mr. Joe.
Rashana Badoa Gola Walkie Nipple Pinchy.
Hello.
Hello, Joe. And hanging out there in the corner is our Canadian friend from the north, Elias. Hello, Elias.
Hello, Rick.
Wow. How are you?
That's awesome.
How exciting.
See?
Took all the nerve in his body to get that out.
Man.
Yeah, very good, very good.
He's going to laugh for the next 45 minutes.
Right.
We get nothing out of it.
I said something.
You seem very excited for today's episode, Elias. I have not seen you this excited in all the podcasts we've done so far.
Yeah, since 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
I think I know. It's because it's featuring you. It's about Wookiees.
I love Star Wars.
Well, yeah, we're going to talk about some Star Wars today.
Everybody's a Star Wars
Everybody's
fan.
a Star Wars fan. Everybody here is a huge Star Wars fan, either be it the prequels or the original ones with.
We like watching movies that start with a lot of scrolling words.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
like Spaceballs.
you know,
Yeah, Spaceballs is
Best Star Wars
parody
ever.
Next to the
Family
Family
Guy
Guy.
ones, yeah.
The Family Guy was really good. All of them, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the intro to the last one where the power goes out and
Yeah.
they go, are we gonna do the Return of the Jedi? And Stewie goes, let's just get through this thing. You know, it's like,
Let's
let's just get this over with.
work our way through it, through the hell of Return of the Jedi.
Okay, well, talking about Star Wars, yet again, one of my all-time favorite movies. What is who's
Coming out on Blu-ray.
Who? Well, they're also going to re-release them in theaters,
In 3D. Yeah,
I'm
I know.
very, but I think they're going to start with
Is
one,
this a huge
Right.
plug?
2, 3. No,
Yeah,
no,
it's not. It's just it's fact. I will tell you that yesterday I went online and I watched the preview that George Lucas has put out for the Blu-rays. He has changed the movies again.
Oh,
I
again?
mean, has he added scenes?
Oh yeah.
Did he
And
take
now
the
I'm
guns
talking-
out of their hand and put in walkie-talkies instead?
No, let me tell you, he put in scenes that I never even knew were made. Like in the book, there's a scene where Han and Leia are arguing each other and walking through the corridor in the second movie, and like one of those monsters that's in the movie that attacks Luke actually busts through a wall and comes into the building. And if you watch the preview, you see the scene.
You know, they ought to go back and make it where fucking Han shot first. They ought to go fix that little fuck
They
up.
should fix that because Han did shoot first.
Yeah, and that's what made him such a fucking badass, man. That's why they
Well,
picked him to
what do
begin
they got
with.
to fix if he shot first?
Because Greedo shoots and then
Greedo
he
shoots
moves.
first.
Remember, they went and fixed that. They made Greedo shoot and he moves and it just looks terrible. And I didn't care for that. But a lot of people get really pissy about how Lucas has gone in and added a few things. There was a few things I didn't like that he did, but there was a few things that I liked that he did. I liked that he made the Mos Eisley look bigger than it was in the original.
Sure, it made it like a city.
Yeah, I liked when the
Well, I like the additions like that. I just didn't like the extended scenes.
yeah, I didn't care for that. I liked the way they did make Alderaan and the Death Star blow up. I thought that looked more believable. But yet again, like the Jabba the Hutt scene where he steps over
Steps
him.
on his tail.
Didn't care for that. I thought it looked too it just didn't really gel with me. I was not. It just didn't do anything.
It kind
for
of
me.
takes the whole, like, the fact that he steps on his tail. It takes the whole menacing
right and
attitude of Jabba the Hutt.
he
But
and Jabba
step on
looked
his tail and he freaks out a little bit.
and Jabba looked smaller than he did in
Yeah.
Jedi, and so that just is like, I don't know how long it took Yeah, she looks pretty good. Joe just showed me a picture of Carrie Fisher, and she's lost 50 pounds. But, man, I mean, I love me some Carrie Fisher, but, man, she ain't going back to the slave Leia days.
Oh, no, come on. That's impossible. But the
That'd
fact
be a
that
lot
she
to
lost
ask for.
50 pounds is pretty awesome, man.
well,
She
well,
does wear brass bikinis.
Her
though.
stand-up is amazing.
I love Carrie Fisher. She is great. I just saw her HBO stand-up.
The stand-up, that was really good.
It's really good. What was it called? Do you know?
I can't think of the name of it, but it's a really effed up story, man.
She talks about waking up to that guy dead and everything. And, you know,
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so Star Wars.
It's called wishful drinking.
Wishful drinking. Thank you, Luke.
Thank you. The everybody's it has become the for boys especially something that's like defined them. Star Wars. At some point, you have stood in your room and done something with a lightsaber or whatever.
It was worked really well to the point where you had love interest, you had a little bit of comic relief. It was very intense. There was some scary moments in it. You know, I liked how in Empire Strikes Back that it had such a down ending to it.
Oh,
you know?
yeah,
there was no,
really, yeah.
you know, and very bold really on Lucas's behalf of his second really major big movie to kind of end that second one, which, you know, he didn't direct that one, but to end that one on such a down note, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, of course, into hope that, you know, Jedi would bring, you know,
Right.
forth the very happy ending that it did. But what would
And you meet kids today, like Elias over there, who like the new movies better than they like the old movies. And
I actually just said that to piss off Rick.
Oh.
It's kind of like the other day when I said, Rick, do you like New Kiss or Old Kiss? And
well-
then just to piss you off, I said I like New Kiss and think Sonic Boom is a great album.
and
And
How
then you said
successful
you
was
wanted to
that?
punch me in the face.
Sonic
Really-
Boom,
really successful.
very successful. It was number 2 debut underneath Michael Bublé.
yeah,
Blake.
yeah.
Yeah, he had the number 1.
I have no idea how that guy sells so many records. So thank you, Matt. You wanted to piss off Rick.
The force
Okay.
is strong with you.
Thank you. Anyway, so Star Wars, the first time you see it, the first movie is unbelievable. The sets are huge. There's all kinds of, you know, spaceships. They do things that people have never done in movies at that point, you know, and
Did you know that all of it was actually all filmed in space?
Yeah, it was done by NASA.
even the desert scenes.
it's like what was that, Waterworld?
Kevin Costner. That movie was terrible. There was only one scene in that movie that I thought was really, really funny, and it's when they're sitting out on the their little raft type thing, and Dennis Hopper and his band of pirates are pulling up, and the little girl who was the girl in Napoleon Dynamite, she waves at them, you know, and they're the bad guys, and
It's like,
Kevin.
hey, I got a map on my
And,
back.
and Kevin Costner goes smack, hits her in the head like, you dumbass, don't fucking wave at them. You know, they're our enemies. They're going to fucking kidnap us. Don't fucking wave
I
at
thought
them.
the
You know-
scene where he turned himself into a fishing lure was pretty awesome. Where he jumps off the end and the boat's pulling him, and that fish comes up and eats him, and then he.
Well,
Is
let's
that really the girl from
all of
Napoleon
those scenes in
Dynamite?
that
I
movie.
don't think so.
Yeah.
All
No,
those
it
scenes-
is. It
all
is.
those scenes in that movie are exactly why that movie is better than that stupid ass dragon movie.
Well,
that you
you're
liked.
right. I didn't like it. I just said it was a better.
Back to the dragon.
It was a
movie.
better Matthew McConaughey movie than what he normally
Rain of
puts out.
Fire.
All right, so then tear down your poster, sell your DVD and your Blu-ray copy of it,
I have a bootleg
and then
copy.
I
that
might
I'm
just
buying.
believe it.
Matt, pull up on the computer who the girl from Napoleon Dynamite. Pull up her IMDb.
I keep thinking that
I do
she
not
was,
have the mouse.
I'm on it. Don't worry. I keep thinking that she was the girl from that Karina movie.
She is. She
Same
is.
girl in-
Same
in all
girl.
three of
Yep.
those
I don't
movies? I
remember her
didn't know that.
name, but that's the one.
In that movie, she has a song. Who says you couldn't? I kiss and put it. JELLO.
You should
You're
stick
welcome.
to guitar, Joe.
Was that Bill Cosby?
See? Oh, that
Oh,
was
the
like-
pudding is so delicious.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Whatever happened to Puddin' Pops? Why? To be fair, why'd they ever get rid of them? When we were kids, nobody disliked them.
I loved them. I like you get the butterscotch, the vanilla.
Did you ever see the Roseanne where
swirl.
they find the old bag of weed?
Oh, yeah.
And they're in Jackie's in the toilet.
No, she's
With-
not in the
no,
toilet.
She's in the tub.
She's in the
She's
tub.
in the tub. Wait. So okay, I just want you to know whatever you said did come over here. So,
Yeah.
so just repeat it again so I can hear it.
Here's Joe talking about food again.
He said there's Joe talking about food again. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
Anyway, okay, so that was a really good scene where she's like, Jack, you still here? Yeah.
I think I'm in the sink.
He goes, just me and my ganja and my pudding pops.
Yeah, and she thinks she's in the sink. She goes, man, the sink is really large. She's in the tub. But now we're veering off from the Star Wars topic.
Star
now we're into
Wars.
Roseanne.
Okay, yeah.
Star Wars and Roseanne are
Yeah,
really not.
it's
Although
kinda-
Roseanne looks like Jabba.
Right, I was gonna say
Ah,
that. There
that
is-
segue.
Yeah, I was gonna say there is that Jabba reference, but
Yeah.
well, let me ask you this: how about this? What would you think about if Lucas decided to make 3 more Star Wars movies, but that has continued from after Han and Leia get married and have twins and that whole saga?
Basically, make film adaptations of
He's
the novels.
thought about it, actually, I've heard.
Well,
I'd go see every one of them.
Okay. Well, Luke says he would go see everyone. I think I would probably see him too. I don't know.
I would just go.
As long as there was no Jar Jar fucking character in it.
I would
hated
go just
that
to
fucking
watch.
character.
I would go just to watch people wear the Darth Vader helmets.
One
at
day,
at the release.
One day, me and Elias are at work, and we're talking about Star Wars, and Elias has this thing where anytime you talk about a television program, he always wants to be one of the characters. Like, I'll say, I was watching Seinfeld the other day, and he'll go, can I be Kramer? And I'm like, no, you can't be Kramer. I was watching Sons of Anarchy the other day. Can I be Jax? No, you can't be Jax. You're not, you're like a key grip in that show, man. You're not even an actual character. Right, I told him the only lead character Elias could ever be in a movie is Napoleon Dynamite, and that fucking friend of his could be Pedro, that Guatemalan kid. That Guatemalan kid he hangs out with all the time. Paco or Jesus or whatever the fuck
Esteban.
his name. Esteban. I don't know.
Hidalgo.
What's his name? Hidalgo?
Yes.
Hidalgo, the Guatemalan friend.
He's a punk rocker.
No, he's not. What's his angst?
What does he have to be angry about?
Yeah, that he's Guatemalan.
His mom is controlling.
Really? His mom is controlling.
She
Man.
doesn't let him go to punk shows.
Yeah, that's. I'm gonna show the world one day. I'm gonna move out of this house and I'm gonna go to my own punk shows.
Yeah, I can play Xbox in another house.
Yeah.
I actually let him borrow my Xbox.
Oh man, it's being
It's probably-
pawned.
it's
It's
probably-
in,
now.
it's in a pawn shop right
He
now,
just put a
man.
horn
It's
in
probably
it.
got cocaine and burrito
When you turn
grease
it
all
on, it
over
goes. When you turn it on, it goes. That, that's
Jeez.
funny.
It sounds like those. It sounds like those.
Does your
those car
Xbox-
horns. Sounds like those car horns, not like the General Lee, but it's like
Yeah.
those El Cucaracha horns.
Does your Xbox have a mariachi band trapped in it?
Yeah,
Yes.
There it was. Thank you.
yeah. Okay.
Always prepared, Luke.
Always Luke at the helm. He's already got the Guatemalan and horn system in his lowrider car over there.
Yes, that was actually from his car,
Yeah.
not from any
Yeah.
kind of effects or anything.
No, not at all. That's actually the lowrider himself. Yeah, that's who your lead character would be, Elias. You'd be the Napoleon Dynamite or Jar Jar Binks.
At least you're.
He goes, "Who would I be on King of the Hill, Rick? Could I be Hank Hill?"
He'd be the propane tank.
He would be.
Speaking of remakes of TV shows and movies, Elias and Carlos in Chips.
Hell yeah!
But they would just
There you
ride
go.
on scooters, though. Segways. They just roll around on segways.
That's the new LA beat.
Yeah. They'd patrol a mall.
You know, in that show, they never one time drew their guns.
Really?
Not one time did they ever pull their gun out.
Did you
They
ever-
always captured the bad guy
They
without
always,
pulling a weapon.
snagged him.
Did you ever see the Chips where I think it was Danny Bonaducci.
He was Gene Simmons.
Yeah, his band.
Yeah, it was so awesome.
Yeah, he drove this hearse, and it was a
No, it wasn't Danny Bonaducci. It was
Donnie
Ralph
Most.
Mouth.
Donnie Most. That's
Ralph
right.
Mouth.
That's right.
He
And,
wore white paint, but red instead of black. Gene Simmons makeup in the band. And it was disco music. Too.
yeah, it was so terrible. It was awful.
If you go
awful.
online, you can watch it.
Yeah.
It's really like
Yeah, I'm not familiar with any of this.
Donnie Most was.
I think I'm better off
Ask
that
your
way.
parents.
Yeah, that's really funny.
Yeah.